Hello and welcome to the early access version of Battlefleet Engineer. In this video I will give you a very quick overview into different aspects of the game. So let's start with the settings. You will probably first want to go here and set your screen resolution, after which you will need to restart the game. You have your graphics, general and audio and gameplay options here, and on this tab you can find all the rebindable controls. For example, pausing the game can be done with spacebar. I recommend setting your name here and maybe changing the volumes. This name will be just used locally in high scores. And then press OK to save your settings. The fastest way to gameplay is this random battle option that will generate a level. And it might start in deployment mode like it did now, where you can freely position your fleet within this green area. You can use your mouse to zoom and pan around with the mouse wheel. To move your ships, you can either drag them or select ships and then hold right mouse button and drag. If you press Alt, left Alt, it will give you a different kind of formation, and Shift will scale the formation. When you are ready, click on the deployment phase button or end deployment to enter the game. Our enemy fleet looks like this, and then start the game. Easiest way to give your ships the command to attack the enemy is to select them all, either Ctrl A or drag over them, or you can select them from here. And then attack commands can be given by right clicking on an enemy, or you can hold the left shift key and drag over multiple enemies, and now your ships will always attack the closest one basically, but they will attack all of them one after another. And then just speed up the game and watch what happens. In this level they start a little bit far away, so it takes a while for them to reach each other. Then to return to the main menu, you can either press this button that is available on all screens, or in the battles you can press escape to access this menu. From here you can access the settings, or can save and load this level, and also exit to main menu. The Battle Challenges screen contains pre-made challenge levels that you can play and get a score. There are two types of them. Fixed battles are battles that you just play, you cannot set any settings or bring your own fleet. And fleet creation challenges let you customize your fleet. So you have a budget, and then you can add ships and remove them and so on. Generate a fleet to the budget and so on. And if you want to save your fleet to this challenge, press this button, and you can also load and save fleets and compare to the enemy fleet and so on, and then just start battle from here. These challenge levels have, most of them have asteroids and a smaller area where you can place your ships and so on, and then the enemies will be placed around the level. as well. Okay, exit battle in this case brings us back to this screen, and then we can get one level up and so on. Free skirmish battle uses this same screen for customizing, for setting up custom battles where you can set the level size, deployment area, asteroid count, budget for both feats. You can generate or manually define the feats, add the player, add the enemy, set the numbers, compare the feats, and so on. This comparison is read so that if this is on the left side, then the left side is better than the right side. So feat 1 is your feat, feat 2 is enemy feat. And then start battle from here. The feat and ship editor lets you create your own feat compositions. This one doesn't have positions for your ship saved, so you need to create a formation by dragging, and then you can edit ships, or you can add them from here, any design from the library. Then just edit ship, and from here then you can select modules, delete, add some more, modify, undo, set module groups, resource groups, and so on. And from this tab you get some tips on your design, and you can also compare to other designs. These show some statistics about your fleet and the ship. So these modifications would make this 800 credits cheaper. To save your design, you need to exit and then either save to overwrite the blueprint, or save as, new, type in your info, save, or if you want to override some existing blueprint, click on that, save, edit the info, so on. And you can confirm or revert, so revert in this case. And then from here you can also do test battles. You can test your ship designs and feats. This will give you an empty level with a copy of your fleet as enemy. And then you can return back here. Battle editor is your level editor, where you can load existing battles. This comes with the copies of the challenge levels already in it, and then you can set some battle settings, whether you can deploy your fleet, and whether the enemy fleet is auto deployed, and so on, and then compare the fleets. And then here you can also purchase ships and then move them to the enemy fleet like this. And also you can drag around, move, rotate, set rotation speed of asteroids, scale them, create new asteroids, and so on, and save them as a challenge level or as a battle, which is a separate file. And you can also test play it from here. To fly a ship manually, you select it. Well, that didn't go very well. You select it and then control ship, and then you can take individual control of movement, targeting, and weapons. Movement, WASD are the movement commands, and then weapon groups you need to select, and then enable weapons, and then you can shoot them manually. And then we have credits. I'm the main developer, and then there are some freelance artists, and this uses a lot of open source software and other libraries. If you find some bugs or have some other feedback, you can also create a bug report directly in the game, and this has the nice option that you can add error log from previous run. So if the game crashes, you can open it again and then send a bug report with that log. And if you think there is something sensitive in the log, you can actually edit this before sending. And please provide a good description of what you were doing, so that I can actually track down the issue if it's not always visible from the error log. Okay, thank you for watching. Have fun.